All right, today we're going to talk about the fucking delusion that black people live in. Go ahead.
So in a prior episode that we talked about, you yourself, Mr. Geronimo, said that that's the problem with black people. They live in a verbatim delusion.
That's the word he used.
So my question for you, sir, is: are black people the only people that live in delusions? Or why, when it comes to us feeling how we feel, it has to be a delusion?
We're not the only people that live in the delusion. However,
Case closed.
no. Case not closed, all right?
It is.
Case not closed because we are the most deluded people in this country.
Deluded or
How
delusional?
so?
Delusional. We have the most delusional ass people
How so?
out of every race of people in this fucking country.
Trying to explain.
Because we have this,
Like a bum.
we got this false narrative that we can go around and just say whatever we want about ourselves, and it can be true, you know.
See, that's where you lost in the sauce at.
You know.
That don't mean it's true. That don't mean it has to be true. That just means that's how I feel.
I don't care about feelings. What's the truth? Give me the fucking truth. Give me the reality. I don't give a fuck about feelings.
If we're just gonna go off reality, right? Then that means that we're allowing people to stay stagnant, stay right where they are, because that's what the truth is. So you can't preach manifestation, say what you want, speak it into existence, say it out loud so you motivate yourself to actually become that you're saying. So you just want people to stay where they're at.
Yeah, I think this whole law of attraction shit is bullshit. But that's a whole nother. That's gonna be a 2-hour discussion. That's gonna be a 2-hour discussion. Nah, that's gonna be a 2-hour discussion.
Nah, it don't even take you 2 hours to say it.
We here.
Okay, from what I know, from what I heard about what law of attraction, basically, if you think positive thoughts, it's gonna come to reality. Like if you have positive thoughts, say positive things, and just be positive, then things that go your way in life, and things are just gonna go well for you. If you have a positive confidence about what you're gonna achieve.
Well, I mean, just because you want to walk around with an antagonist.
And to me personally, I'm not so much criticizing anybody that wants to live that way. That's cool. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not gonna.
But the flip side to that.
But for me personally, I think it's bullshit.
The flip side to that is, if you walk around with a pessimistic attitude, that's the reason why everything bad is happening to you.
Yeah.
Because everything that happens, you're looking at it like it's bad.
Sure.
If you're thinking positive and I walked outside, grabbed something out of my pocket, I messed around and dropped $10. I can't sit around here and be mad because I dropped that $10. Be positive about it and be like, well, shoot, whoever picked it up might really need it. Fuck that.
I need that $10 back. Fuck that shit.
But then at the same time,
but then you drop that 10, but then you woke up tomorrow to a check in the thing because you overpaid your insurance by $100.
Fuck all that shit.
So you still gonna cry over that 10?
Even to
yes, sir. Because that's still 10 less. That's still 10 less I have. I'm still negative 10 that I would have had. I would have got that check anyway. But I'm still in the negative 10.
No, you would. I believe, and people might look at me like I'm crazy, but I believe this shit. I believe every step you make and every decision that you make changes the future and changes your reality. If you step left instead of stepping
butterfly
right,
effect, right?
Yeah. If you step left instead of stepping right, something changes. So if you would have never lost that 10, you probably wouldn't have got blessed with 100.
No, I don't. No, that's a connection I would make.
To piggyback off what you said, faith without works is dead. So I can't just sit here and be like, oh, I want, like if I'm trying to look for a female or something, I can't I just want to find a good girl. I just want a good girl. I just want a good girl. I want a good girl. But then sit in the house all day like, the bitch ain't gonna come knock on my door. Right. I at least need to go out somewhere and try to find her.
It damn sure gonna be the male.
All right, but here's my thing: is just because you may do all that stuff that it takes and still not get that girl, and it's not gonna happen just because you say, "Oh, I want that girl. I want it."
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to go out and at least attempt.
But I'm more focused on that part. I'm not focused on I want to go. I'm just more focused on the work that you got to do. Cause you could say all that shit. Oh, I hope and pray, and still not get that girl. And then that would have been pointless. You doing all that positive thinking,
That's what I just said.
So I don't care about. I care about results. All right. And see, it's not about. And I agree with you. No, I agree with you that if you walk around with like a negative attitude, yeah, bad shit's gonna happen. You know, because you got a negative outlook, right? But see, my thing is, it's not about being a pessimist, being a doomer. You know, it's about being realistic, seeing the reality of shit for what it is. If shit stinks, it fucking stinks. You know, I'm not gonna put chocolate sauce over it. Oh, it's all right now. It's chocolate. Like, no, it's fucking shit.
But
you know?
Even at the same time, if it's a pile of shit right here, this
Right.
is a pile of shit. Am I just supposed to sit here and just smell it, or do I need to get out and move around and get away from this shit?
Get the fuck away from it, or remove it.
Works. Results.
That's what I'm saying.
Works equals results.
But see, the problem is when people have a delusional way of thinking, it's more likely to not lead to works, right? Because if I have a pile of shit right there, but I just convince myself it's a chocolate cake, you know, I'm more likely.
See, that's not even delusion. That's insanity.
Yes,
that's
the
a
same
whole
delusion.
different story.
But see, that's what's going on in our community. We have a pile of shit right there on the table, but we just want to just convince ourselves, oh, it's just chocolate cake. Oh, it's just.
Okay, let's
you know.
get off the shit for a second. But that's like saying we can't tell our kids coming up that they can be whatever they want to be.
To be honest with you, that's probably what I would tell my kids.
Move this man!
I'm like, listen, you need to be realistic. All right, you can be what you
like 4 or 5 years old. They watching TV. Ooh, I want to do that.
I'm gonna tell them the straight up fucking truth, bro. Like if my son is 5'8",
Worst father ever.
If my son is like 5'7" and he wanted to play in the NBA, I'm telling him straight up, you're not going to the NBA, bro. I'm sorry, you give up on that.
Niggas 5'8" in the NBA now.
And they not. He's not him. You know,
He not even finna see if he him. Because you done shut him down.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'd rather him focus because his problem is he's gonna waste his time, you know, focusing on that type of thing instead of focusing more of his energy into doing something. No, see that's the problem, man.
Happy.
But see, you might be happier now, but you wasted your time doing something that you're not gonna be productive, but not gonna get anywhere instead of doing something that's gonna get you somewhere.
But see, that's where you as a parent have to be what's called proactive.
Yeah.
And you have to say, okay, son, yeah, you on the shorter side, so I'm gonna show you these spud web highlights to show you that it is possible.
He's not spud web.
But at the same time, we're going to understand that you need to hit them books too because that's not guaranteed.
I'm just going to straight up tell him that you need to hit the books. Fuck that NBA shit.
So he's the type to tell the child, don't worry about college. You need to go ahead and start learning how to fill out jobs.
Yeah, you need to be about. See, your kids is going to work for somebody their whole fucking life. And you going to be cool with
You got a chance right now to quit working for somebody and have your own everything. But you telling us you going to tell your kids.
No, I'm all about probability and results. Fuck if you're not gonna.
But you're lessening the probability.
No, I'm not.
And the percentage by saying, nah, don't worry about it.
No, because do you realize the NBA is the hardest professional league? You're more likely to be an astronaut than a fucking NBA player.
What?
Get the
you realize
fuck
that, right?
Are you serious?
I guarantee. If you break down the numbers,
how many astronauts is it?
It's not that. It's more NBA. I mean, I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's more NBA players than astronauts. But how many people out here actually trying to be an astronaut? Do you know personally somebody that's trying to be an astronaut?
I don't know nobody that's personally trying to go to the NBA.
Oh, there's a bunch of people I know that, you know. How many people that actually study the type of math that it takes to like learn, like, you know,
but
aerospace
again, that's
and stuff
because
like
we
that.
got people telling our kids they can't do it. So they're not taking the time.
How many
people like you?
No,
That's why your kid not gonna be an astronaut, because you gonna tell them,
right,
let's be real, you're not gonna be an astronaut.
No, I'm making an argument against what you're saying. I'm saying you're more likely to go. I'd more encourage that than being an NBA player.
But if you just said you about probabilities, the probabilities and the numbers and the statistics of you going to the league is higher than you being an astronaut.
All right. Check this. How many people at any given year is in the NBA?
It's
450.
What was it? 15 people on the team.
No, it's 450.
Yeah.
450 players in NBA. How many people worldwide would you say is actively trying to get in? China alone has like most of the no, because they're competition. They're competition.
With who?
They got competition. There's people. You think all them players and if they had an opportunity to go to the NBA, they wouldn't take that shit. Everybody that's playing pro basketball, every college player, everybody out in the street, they're all playing. Not everybody's like a lot of them probably know they're not gonna make the league, but they just doing it to have fun. But I would guarantee you. Let's give it about 75 to 100 million worldwide male athletes, basketball players. Because basketball is, I think, like the second most popular sport, I think, behind soccer. I want to say in China, in the U.S., basketball is bigger than soccer, right? So you got 50. No. But I'm saying, I'm giving you numbers, all right? China, the biggest country, China, all them dudes, basketball is big in that country. All of Europe, you got a lot of countries in South America. My point is, a lot of players all over the world, like 50 to maybe 75 million, I would say, to be generous, all of them have aspirations to get into the NBA yearly. Out of all those people, 450 only make it.
Okay, I got something for that. How when niggas start going to the moon?
Like 1969.
How long the NBA been going?
I think like 1920, 1930. Well, what's your point though?
So let's take all them years that the NBA been a thing, right?
Yeah.
And all the way up until fucking 2021.
Yeah. And
this shit is gonna keep going. The NBA don't stop.
It's probably been a few thousand years. It's been a few thousand players.
It don't stop. So I think the NBA started in like what 50s or something. We're gonna say 1950 for the sake of this argument. Niggas been in the NBA before niggas been going to the moon. Niggas is still gonna be going while niggas still gonna be trying to get to the moon. So just cause you ain't go years ago, that don't mean you won't never go. So that timetable of you going to the league is huge.
You talking about going to the moon? You don't have to go to the moon to be an astronaut.
Or whatever the moon, whatever.
You're talking about
go
astronauts.
to space. That's the whole reason why you fucking train to be an astronaut, to go to space. Yeah. Why the fuck is you training to be an astronaut to stay on Earth? That don't make sense.
I would say in the history, it's probably been like a few hundred worldwide. I want to say there might be over 1,000.
But look at the probability: a few hundred times 450 times 60 years. Yeah. Do the math.
Okay.
That's a big difference.
Well, actually, you can't do that kind of math because you got players in the league for it. Ain't like everybody quits after a year, so you can't really.
Yeah, but
it doesn't really work like
that. Coming and going.
It don't really work like that. But I see what you're saying. There's been a couple thousand players ever to get in the NBA.
Way more than a few thousand.
A few thousand. It ain't been millions. A few thousand. It ain't been millions.
Where's your math at?
It ain't been. I mean, you just do the math. It ain't.
All right, just on the NBA subject, you gotta think about the NBA. It's 30 teams, right? It's 29 or 30.
30 teams.
Right. All 30. All 30. We can't even limit it to that.
Yeah.
Because it's not the G League no more. It's the developmental league. All 30 teams have a developmental team. Developing team. So that's like another.
But they
30, 40 guys.
Nah, I'm not counting that, bro.
Nah, you got to.
I don't count.
What do you mean? They get
not.
paid.
If you're not in the NBA,
but they get brought up, so they might be in the NBA.
Most of them they get paid to dribble that. So if right now the Carolina Panthers call you and say, hey, we want to put you on the practice squad, what's the first thing you gonna say? I'm in the NFL. No, you're not gonna say, oh, I'm just on the practice squad.
I would say I'm on the practice squad.
You ain't gonna tell nobody that don't count.
I would say I'm on the practice. I would keep it real. I'll be like, yeah, I'm on the practice squad.
But if somebody say, are you in the NFL?
But see, that's not exactly the same thing. That's not because you can still get caught. It's not exactly. It's not equivalent. Those are separate like organizations.
It's the same thing.
Like the G League is its own sort. It's tied to the NBA, but it's sort of its own type of thing.
Because like he said, niggas get called up every day. It's the same thing. It's just like
It's
on
not
the practice
exactly.
squad. It's just like in the NFL. If enough people get hurt,
okay, let's say
a nigga from the practice squad gonna get pulled up so he can play. In the NBA, if Steph Curry and all of them, hopefully it don't happen tomorrow, can't play, where they gonna get the players from?
All right, let's say I give you that. What would that be like? 800?
You have no other choice.
You still saying 800 people out of
But again,
out of 75 million.
But to get back to the original point, why are you gonna tell kids that they can't do that?
Because it ain't happening, man. It ain't. I'd rather them.
It's
not gonna happen, man. I'd rather.
It's been happening since 19.
That's a bad investment.
I don't know when the NBA started.
That's a bad investment. No, it's about being realistic, man. Like, you're not gonna be a famous.
Scouts be like, why they always in shotgun? Quarterback will never get up on this nigga.
Like, this shit ain't a meritocracy, man. It's all about you get picked out of hundreds of thousands of people based on like who you know and who your people are, man. It ain't, you know. So basically, what I'm saying is, man, you need to put your eggs more into a basket where it's gonna get you somewhere. That's gonna actually lead to you being successful instead of putting your eggs in the basket that 99% of the time ain't gonna come true. It just ain't gonna happen.
But still at 1%.
No, that's hope. That's called hope, and I'm not doing that. We need to be realistic and get results.
No,
that's what I'm all about, man. It ain't about being scared. It's about keeping it real and being honest.
Scared to fail, man.
I'm not scared to fail. I'm scared of wasting my years.
I'm gonna be honest now. If you would have started this conversation with what he just said, you might would have had me.
What you mean?
With not black people being delusional, but us talking about shit, but not doing nothing because we're scared to fail. You might would have had me on your side if you would have started with that.
See me,
instead of just saying, "Oh, they delusional."
I'm a different kind of nigga, man. Like, I'm at the point where you can't tell me nothing.
I respect that though.
So,
like, you know, I respect
it's like
that.
just because I ain't saying you, but just because you gave up on your dreams or you feel like, because a lot of these dads and shit be like fucking bitter. Cause like in the what's the shit with Denzel and Viola Fences.
Like, play football.
Yeah, his dad was mad because he ain't make it to play football, so he didn't want his son to play football.
But he like
that's bitter. Yeah, that's bitterness.
He like baseball. He did play baseball.
Yeah.
Because he had kids and stuff.
Right.
I had to give up my dream and go to work. So then he mad with his son.
That's just bitterness.
Yeah, so a lot of these motherfuckers be bitter.
But there's a difference between.
They don't want you to see. They don't want to see you shine.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between you being bitter and being jealous of somebody because they achieving something that you can't, and being realistic about the likelihood of you actually accomplishing something.
But see, my thing.
I just gave you the numbers.
My point is still this.
Numbers don't mean shit.
Here we go.
My point.
That's where you lose me.
My point is still this though.
That's where you lose me.
Why we can't meet in the middle and tell them, hey, it's cool you want to go after this hoop dream or this, this gridiron glory, whatever. It's cool. But let's also think about after that.
I would meet in the middle if I see the talent.
But
if I see the talent,
that's why earlier I said
you ain't even gonna get to see the talent.
Right. That's why earlier I said, what you gonna tell your child is like 4 or 5, and they, their interests change every other day because they still learning about shit. Oh, you got your little girl. She watch TV. What's the little girl name?
I mean,
what's the little black girl name? She's a doctor. Doctor mixed up. Right. She see her. Oh, I want to be a doctor. You gonna tell her, hey, that's a lot of schooling. You might want to find something a little easier.
I would be brutally honest about what it would take to get to where she want to be. No, why was that fucked up? Hold up.
But she's fine.
Okay, so
you really gonna tell her?
I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, look, you gonna have to go to school.
You damn right. If I tell her all of that and she still says, all right, I'm willing to do all that. That tell me that she actually really about it, and I would try to help her get there.
First off,
instead of just telling lies.
Why would you shoot her down off the rip?
I ain't shooting her down. I'm telling this is what's gonna take. If that's what you want, you gonna have to put in the work, man.
First off, this child is 5.
Okay.
She ain't gonna understand shit you talking about. And you talking about she gonna agree to that shit.
No, I would tell her in a way that she'd understand. I was told like you're gonna have to work hard. You have to, have to look at college, look at studying. Yeah, but I'm saying, I would rather.
The parent just have to steer instead of laying the whole plan out. Take it step by step. When they get in school, hey, you better get your numbers and get your writing and learn how to do this. We gotta go step by step.
I'm not sugarcoating shit, bro. Y'all want to sugarcoat and hold and give people hope.
No, it's the truth. What's wrong with hope?
Y'all want to give
Obama ran off hope.
Y'all want to sugarcoat?
Why would I goddamn if my kid want to? Not even NBA. If my kids say I'm gonna be the best actor in the world, and they come up to me and tell me that, I'm gonna say, look, here goes some YouTube. Watch all these acting videos. Here goes some acting classes to watch all these. And I want to see you act this scene out. Like, no, let me see if you can do that shit. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, it's a million actors out there. I don't know. You might want to go to college. No, like, nigga,
all right.
Just like it's a chance for them to be an actor. It's a chance for them to be an actor. Them to be an actor. It's a chance.
All right. Do you know how much acting Do you know how much acting pays for like F-list actors, like F-list, E-list type actors? Like people that being like because we talk about A-list and B-list. What about the people that's like the majority of actors that's like all the way to the bottom? Like, do you know how much they make?
Oh, the ones you're doing like Subway commercials.
You're doing that kind of thing, or well, I would actually put Subway in a different because that's like a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Because most of them,
I'm talking about like they not even like they just the one that has to like walk in and act like.
Are they somebody's doing something? You get paid actors and stuff. They don't make. They ain't making.
Ain't nobody talking about no fucking paid actors.
But I'm saying they don't. They ain't making money like that.
Niggas ain't talking about no goddamn. What's it called? Background niggas. They ain't
like that
no
shit.
Background niggas.
That's what most actors are. What you mean?
No. What's the word? No, it ain't background. What they call it? Extras.
Extras.
My kid ain't gonna be no motherfucking.
What you talking about? Niggas just at the party doing this shit while the main character's talking.
That's what the most. That's the reality, man. That's what most people.
Your reality.
No, that's the truth.
But I'm gonna tell my kids, don't be this nigga. You front line center on the goddamn wall. I mean, what's it called? The movie shit.
Right.
Movie.
Yeah.
What's
you on the poster? Nigga.
Oh, you on the poster, nigga. You in the credits. You the first name.
And what happens when and what happens? God forbid, in your example, what happens if they don't make it?
Because he also told them at the same time that there's money in being the director.
No, I ain't telling them that. I ain't telling them that. I'm telling them it's all or nothing. Because if you say, if you give niggas a plan B,
they gonna
listen. You're not gonna go hard. Ain't no plan B, nigga. If you want to do this shit,
yeah, that's where you lose me. That's where you.
I understand. I know. I feel it. I feel it.
Because if it's a plan B, then I ain't gonna go hard.
They gonna choose the lesser. Yeah, I got you.
See, I'm all right. Back to the basketball thing.
Ain't
like
no
I would.
Plan B, but you want to go to the league.
With Roy Powderhouse's point, Powderhouse, I would assess like where his talent level is at first before I would give him like.
You can't assess that at fucking 4, 5, 6.
My example, I'm talking about
when they early and we just talking about playing.
Early. I'm right. If
we're just talking about playing the season.
If my 5-year-old son say, hey, I want to be in the NBA, not I want to just play. I like basketball. I like playing basketball. If he's just straight up told me, hey, I want to be in the NBA, I'm right off the bat like, what's playing NBA? What else you want to do?
Well, that's what
what else you want? Cause
if my nigga say he want to go to the league, all right, tomorrow we starting this training, and I'm gonna put that motherfucker through hell. And if he can make it through hell day, then I know he want it. I can't want it.
It's not just about wanting it and about putting people through hell. It's not just about that. It's about do you have the talent level or not?
But you don't know that at fucking 5. He's 5.
I would be like, all right, what's plan B? Like,
It's
what else
niggas
you
who
want?
spent 4 years in college doing their things, and now it's niggas who went 1 year. It's niggas who went out of high school. Like, talent levels is different, especially for me being a hooper.
NBA players are born. They're not trained.
They're not.
They're born. You're
not.
born an NBA player.
There's some of them, like Kevin Durant, a 7-foot monster. He's born.
Mm-hmm.
But it's niggas who not 7 foot. Kemba Walker get busted.
But you talking about height. I'm just talking about like talent.
No, I'm talking about talent. He's a 7-foot guard.
Yeah.
That's talent. He was born. You can't teach that. But it's niggas like Kimball Walker.
You can't teach. You can't. Tim Kimball Walker has skills you can't teach, man.
That he's gained over time.
But everything Kimball Walker do, you practice that crossover. Niggas not born crossing over. You gotta practice a crossover.
Yeah, but you have to have. But you have to have that unrealized potential. Most people walking this earth do not have that type of potential that Kimball Walker has.
Bro, you don't
get
wake
to that
up
point.
and just cross people over.
I'm not, but you're not arguing against my point. I'm saying he gets to that point because he already has that potential. He was already born with that talent. He just realized it later on in his career as he developed.
It's not a talent.
I'm talking no the crossover. No, I'm saying a Kimball Walker. I'm not talking about crossover. I'm talking about a Kimball Walker crossover. That's talent.
Just because he mastered the crossover and then he made it his own.
I'm saying
this is like AI. Everybody can't snatch that motherfucker back like he can. But that's because he mastered doing a crossover enough that he started putting his own little to it.
But my thing is, not everybody can get that good. I would actually venture to say most people cannot get as good.
Okay, well let's look at somebody. Let's switch over like football.
Yeah.
Do you consider Derrick Henry like he just woke up that night, or did he have to put some type of work in?
He had to put work in. But that's not an argument against my point. My point is he already was born with that talent.
Think he put that work. That nigga just big.
That nigga had to get in the gym at some point.
But I'm saying he was already born with that potential. That's my point.
Whatever he wanted, and then the shit would just happen.
I mean, you can have all the potential in the world. If you don't work hard, of course you ain't gonna get nowhere.
He's a power back.
Yeah.
Ain't really no skill in that. Run. I'm gonna give you the ball. You run through niggas.
But see, you making my point though.
Listen, I know. I'm gonna give you the ball. I'm gonna stiff arm a nigga. Now a nigga like Reggie Bush, you got to work on them cuts and them. But you shooting your kids down early, then you're not even gonna see if they got that potential.
Because I'd rather.
But what about what they want?
I mean, fuck what they want.
No,
I'm straight up.
That's what it boils down.
This nigga want to be controlling.
Okay, whatever.
Straight up.
Right,
listen, we gon' listen. You that's cool.
I thought you had a real argument.
Listen, it's cool. I have a real argument. What you mean?
The truth come out at the end of the day.
I have a real argument, man. It's about.
You don't want your kids to outshine you. Man.
No, I want my kids to be better than me. I want my kids to be better than me in every way possible.
Let them be better than you.
I want my kids to be better than me in every possible way. But I'm being realistic and saying, listen, the chances of this happening is not going to happen. So we, instead of wasting energy.
What's the key word? Chance.
What you mean?
It's a chance I can DDT you right now. Like, it's a chance. Whether it happened or not, it's a chance.
I can get up and sweet chin the shit out of you, bro. Sweet chin.
Y'all talking about hope, man. Y'all going back to hope.
No, if I get up and I lift my foot off the ground, I'm kicking you in the chin. What do you mean?
Okay, what's the thing? What's the chances of me actually letting that happen? You think I'm just gonna stand there and just let you?
But that's my whole argument. Chance.
You're not gonna see it coming.
If it's a chance,
I'm gonna get up
alright, it's a chance that I could win the lottery. So I should just put my bet. I should spend my whole check on the lottery because there's a chance I could win it.
Yeah, it's a chance.
All right.
Nobody's won the Powerball yet.
I've won this argument. Once y'all conceded to the lottery absurdity, I've won this argument.